Chapter 6330. Jacob hurriedly said, "Come on, Mr. Wu, I'll take you out." Jacob sent Orville to the door. After Orville left, he turned back to his yard and did not rush in. Instead, he quickly picked up his phone, opened WeChat, and edited a circle of friends. He selected the photo he had taken with Orville, and then edited a paragraph of text. "It was a great pleasure to have a friend come to my house to drink tea and chat." Then, he pressed send. At this time, President Pei was complaining to his wife at home. After his self-defeating behavior with Jacob, his own upward path was completely blocked. For this, he has always been resentful of his wife who gave him advice. Although his wife later redeemed herself in the stage of mending the fold after the sheep had been lost. Judging from the results, the faults were naturally greater than the merits. Therefore, President Pei would complain to his wife almost every day to relieve his depression and unhappiness. His wife also knew that she had given him a bad idea at the beginning, which caused irreparable losses, so whenever President Pei complained, she could only bear it silently. Chairman Pei kept mumbling about the past while scrolling through his moments idly. Suddenly, he saw a Moments post that Jacob had just posted. When he saw that Orville had actually gone to Jacob's house and taken a photo with him, he immediately became furious. He threw his phone on the coffee table, pointed at his wife, and started scolding her. "You spendthrift woman, you always said that Jacob was no good and that Orville didn't care whether he lived or died. Look at you now." Orville took the initiative to go to Jacob's house for tea. The two of them are as close as if they were born from the same mother. "You are really blind." The wife was naturally upset when she was suddenly scolded. But she didn't mind. She retorted and quickly picked up President Pei's mobile phone to check it. After reading it, he really regretted it and couldn't help sighing. "I am still naive. I thought that only men and women would occasionally have cold wars and sulks. Today is good, tomorrow is bad. I didn't expect that men with men are the same. At that time, Orville told you not to care about Jacob's affairs. I guess he was angry and said it in anger. I thought they must have broken up completely, but I never expected that they were like lovers, quarreling at the head of the bed and making up at the foot of the bed. Once they make up, we will be in trouble." President Pei saw that she took the initiative to frankly talk about her mistakes, and his anger was also reduced a lot. Sometimes people are like this, although they have a lot of dissatisfaction or even grievances in their hearts. As long as the other party can take the initiative to admit their mistakes and reflect on them, most of the anger can be eliminated. The kind of people who know that they have made mistakes but are still stubborn. They say that they are not wrong, why they are wrong. It is others who are wrong, and it is the world that is wrong. Once you encounter this kind of thing, a spark will be angered into a volcanic eruption. President Pei, who had calmed down, looked at his wife and said seriously, "You are right. We were misled by this assumption at the time. We all thought that since Master Orville was angry, we didn't need to work hard to protect Jacob. But we ignored that his anger was only temporary. In fact, even if Master Orville was dissatisfied with Jacob at that time, I would still try my best to protect Jacob. Now, in addition to the gratitude I deserved, Jacob and Master Orville would look at me more highly." The wife nodded and sighed. It has been like this since ancient times. It is easy to add icing on the cake, but seldom to send charcoal in the snow. We have learned a lesson this time. In the future, we must try our best to win over Jacob. Sincerity can move mountains and open up new horizons. Sooner or later, he will let go of his alienation towards us. At that time, maybe he can ask Master Orville for help to help you move up to the next level." "You are right." President Pei nodded heavily and said seriously, "Whether I can move up to the next level depends entirely on Jacob." At the same time, Thompson. Claire knew that since Charlie agreed to Orville's request, it meant that he would be away from home for at least 10 days or half a month. So she said to him, "Husband, let's go shopping tomorrow. I'll buy you some new clothes." It's already very cold here, and it's probably even colder in the northwest. I have to buy you 2 thick down jackets. Charlie smiled and said, My dear wife, you don't have to buy me thick clothes. When I get there, I'll just get a green labor protection coat. There must be a lot of them in their minds. No matter which country the down jackets are imported from, they are not as warm and solid as those that are made for that place. Claire said, when you go to the mountains to read feng shui for others, you can't avoid climbing mountains and wading through water. That place is already very cold, and it will be even colder on the mountain. And the more this is the case, the lighter the equipment you wear should be. Charlie waved his hand. Wife, you can control my physical fitness. Don't worry, you won't be too tired to freeze. Besides, I have to prepare some things for feng shui tomorrow. After all, I'm leaving the day after tomorrow, and I'm afraid it's too late to go shopping for clothes. Claire said, It doesn't matter, you do your thing, I'll buy them for you. Jacob, who was standing aside, was excited to see his circle of friends being liked by a large number of friends. Seeing that President Payne not only liked his post but also sent more than a dozen thumbs-up expressions. He was even more overjoyed in his heart, and quickly echoed Claire and said to Charlie, That's right, good son-in-law, you do your thing, let Claire buy them for you. As he said with great emotion, Good son-in-law, it seems that Master Orville still gives you face. If you get along well with Master Orville, my chances of returning to the position of Executive Vice President in the future will be much greater. Dad's career depends on you.